I think that's good enough. All right. Can I refresh this or something? How do I refresh? Trying to like get out of here. Trying to set. That's not what I want. Trying to find my own stream here so I can see the chat if there's chat. And literally, it's not here. Why is that? Home. Like, why this thing always does this to me, man. Dump out of there. Go to videos. Go to there. And it doesn't make a difference. Live. Nope. Dashboard. Never mind. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm live, but I can't get on to my own live. Awesome. Well, whatever. We're here. I have no idea. I'm going to see the chat if there's any chat. But worked on the Felony between a couple of different scenarios. I ended up getting a few parts from Jenny's RC. And how are you frozen? Ah, I know why. What I'm doing is I'm downloading footage right now. Hat's not even straight. All right. Don't forget that guy right there. Game Change RC. Breast cancer awareness going on right now. If you get one of those pink fans, a portion of the proceeds is going to go to the cause. But what we really want right now, or what I really want, still have a little bit of body work to do on this thing. I'll show you the parts that obviously I took off. I do have a video kind of like preparing. I really don't get, you know what, sometimes I tell you I hate Apple. So here's my thing, right? I can't even, it won't even allow me to get on my own live stream. This is really dumb. Library, home, like nothing. Nothing allows me to get on my own. Oh, there we go. Never mind. There it is. I have no idea why it wasn't allowing me to get on. But anyway, let's see. Trying to make some room. So if you've been following along in the channel, obviously there's a possibility you know that I wiped this thing out. I had initially thought that it was a radio fault, but it ended up being an ESC fault. Now, when I was in the moment, it certainly did feel like I had some kind of like, it just, in the moment, I thought it was something to do with brakes. I wasn't even thinking ESC cut out because the timing of how everything worked, the ESC cut out right when I let off on the trigger. So like I had like literally, it had to have been like split seconds worth of time to where I had let out on that trigger, and or most likely the ESC probably cut out and my eyes just didn't catch up with what was going on. And where I let off is basically it gives me kind of enough room to apply a little bit of brake, and that way I'm not gonna, you know, slide out and have issues. I do, you know, dial my brakes down a little bit anyway. That way I don't get like a lock. You know, that way when I press on the brake, I'm not going to get like an instant grab of the rotors, and I'm not going to get like an instant brake, and it's not going to, you know, spin out like the VT does. The VT is a little bit different because, well, actually now the VT is even more different. The VT didn't really have like anything. It was a touring car, so no gyro, no nothing. It was basically just drive it and see if you could hang on and make it happen. The VT is doing pretty good. I did add the front little intercooler. The only reason, now I'm not into adding pieces like that. Like, I mean, some people are, and that's, you know, the blower looks definitely pretty cool and whatever on there, but yeah. But the intercooler actually serves a purpose on the front, and I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that until like literally as I'm reassembling this, I saw on the splitter that's mangled. Saw on the splitter, it's got a hole right there, and it's got a hole right there. And when I had checked on the Jenny's RC parts that I had gotten earlier today, I think it was earlier today, I had noticed that it came with, you know, the intercooler and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, extra parts that I'll never need. Well, my gears started spinning when I was putting this thing back together, because when I took out the splitter, the new splitter, I was like, the holes, intercooler, something's holding this down. I bet it's the intercooler. So it's the intercooler that basically holds it down, which is pretty cool. Basically, this leading edge plastic of what's called the lower valance. So this whole section right here is a lower valance. Some people call it like a chin spoiler, kind of whatever, but I call this technically, in automotive terms, this piece right here is a lower valance. Some people can call it, you know, lower spoiler or whatever. I don't know. This lower section technically would be the spoiler, but this piece is technically the lower valance. Well, this intercooler, once it's bolted down underneath to the splitter, it stops this whole piece from lifting up, which could potentially grab air. Now, obviously, yes, there's like little airflow things here, which I think is fine because air is actually getting in there. I do have to take a little bit of heat, and I want to see if I can reform some of this body, because the impact was really hard right here, and it actually did bend my chassis. So, and that was something that, you know, Earl had said, was he was like, you know, Earl has crashed enough vehicles between, you know, all of them, Limitless, Arrma, and Arrma, Limitless, Infraction, and well, he hasn't crashed a Felony yet, but between his Infraction and more his Limitlesses, he knows a thing or two, because he's crashed a thing or two. I like saying that. I think that's from that Allstate commercial or whatever. So there's a couple of, you know, things that he'll recommend. He'll recommend longer bolts. What the heck was that? He'll recommend longer bolts for your splitter. That way, instead of the splitter just falling off for no reason, which the Arrma splitter, I've got no reason to go with anything other than the Arrma splitter. I like the fact that it does this, that it bends. It bends, and then you can reform it. Granted, this one would probably take a little bit of extra reforming. It's got compound bends and mangles all over the place. And what I thought I was going to do is I was going to take it and stick it in my microwave it for like, I don't know. I think I'd try like 30 seconds first. We got a 1200 watt microwave, so it heats pretty fast. So I thought about sticking it in there and then, you know, just reforming it that way, or just use a heat gun or whatever. But then after I was into this, I'm like, I've already got the splitter. I might as well use it. So, but what I want to do now is I do want to pop the body off. I do want to introduce a little bit of heat via a heat gun, and see if I can take some of the body damage out. It's not major, but it would be nice if I could just take some of the crinkle out. So it was a pretty good hit, man. Suspension wise, everything was mint with the suspension. I did have to do a little persuasion with the chassis. So the chassis is like within 10 1,000ths. It's within 10 1,000ths of an inch or something like that. It's basically it's 0.01 within that millimeter measurement between the left and right side, and that is mint. I probably could have wailed on it a little bit more, and I probably could have gotten rid of that. But once I saw it was that 0.01, I was like, yeah, that's mint. That's perfect. I'm staying right there, because if I beat on it anymore, I might wail it into even worse condition than what it was. But measured both between the front and rear wheels just to get my distance between the center line of both the front and rear wheels, measured out basically exact left to right. I mean, left and right side, front to back. So that was cool. I did take my straight edge, check the chassis. The chassis does have a natural bow in it anyway, so I wasn't concerned with that. Once you take that brace out, it actually bows like a little bit more. So I think that's mint. I guess the only way to figure out whether if this thing is going to track straight is to take it for a cruise. And hopefully, actually, I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow because I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Today, it rained all day today. That's why I did a live earlier. So, but I'll show you the parts that I took off. Like I said, I'm doing a video right now. So let's see, where am I here? What was I just looking for? Oh yeah, weather. Yeah, so tomorrow, it might rain tomorrow. I'm not sure. It's not really saying. I thought it was supposed to rain all day. I know today it basically rained all day. Right now it's all fog. And then into tomorrow, it's literally just saying cloudy. Yeah. All right. I do have another unboxing to do. So a box came in the mail. It is that box right there. You can read the name on the side. Probably can figure out what it is. So I'll be doing a unboxing on that. That's got it's like a multi-purpose thing, but it is for that one specific reason. For, if you know what Genrac is, you probably figured out what it is. So I'm going to do what's in the box of that, and we'll be using that now. So multiple uses, but I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to jump in the chat real quick. Just say hello to everybody. I think I'm done talking. Let's see. We got Casey. What's going on, guy? NorCal is burnt, dude. All of California is burnt. Scruffy Page, what's going on, guy? So first in the chat right away was Leo. He said he was first. Yes, you were. We had Lauren, Monster RC1. Casey Benson's here. What, you failed? No, I didn't fail. Morning from England. What's going on, guy? Sean. I think it's Sean. Kurtz RC, Dylan Davis. Earl Moorhead is here. What's going on, guy? Game Changers here. We got Dan, Bernard, Kurtz RC. Earl's just deleting messages left and right. Oh, it's funny. Poor Game Changer. Here he is. He's trying to say hello to people, and Earl's like putting him in a timeout. Get out of here, guy. Deontay's here. What's going on, guy? My live's not going to be as good as yours. Who else do we have here? Riff to the Raft. What's going on, guy? How are you? Who else? Casey. Right. Bling, bling. Chef, what's going on, guy? Man, the chat's lit up. I think that's it. Oh, James Mann is here. What's going on, James Mann? James Mann, what's going on, man? Is this your first time here? Benjamin, what's going on, Benjamin? Now he reads. That's how it works, guy. First, I talk for like a half an hour, and then I'll jump into the chat. Right. Nice. You should have your wheel balancer by Friday. Which one did you get, Lauren? That's awesome, man. That's actually one of the things I'm going to do because that impact was on that left side. That's the only one thing that I have not checked yet. I did check like my suspension alignment. The suspension alignment seems like it's okay, but like I had said, you know, once I take it for a little rip, that's when I'll see if things are still lined up, because that thing was going straight. So I had no issues with the geometry of the car. So now I've got to figure out, did I bend a wheel? Because I mean, it took a hit. I mean, for it to cave in, all that stuff like that, and to bend the chassis, that wheel had to have gotten tagged, even though the suspension, everything like seemed to like line up. Yeah, so I'm gonna take off the wheel right now, and we're gonna check the balance of it. If anybody is trying to direct comment like directly to me, obviously you know what to do. You do the @RC Guy Garage, and what it does is it shows up as a little red thing. That way I can see like if somebody's actually talking to me, because most of the time you guys are just talking to yourselves, which is awesome. That's the way it should be. That way I don't have to be the entertainer. I don't have to be Cedric. So I mean, you can definitely see it's a lot happier. Like I said, this literally was the whole side right here that got whaled. It hit basically like this. Bent the chassis. Earl was right. He knew. He was like, a hard hit like that, you got a screw pulled through. Most likely you got a bend in your chassis. Fortunately, the bend wasn't anything major. So what I want to do now is I want to pop off this wheel, and I want to see if this wheel suffered any damage, which actually looks like it did. But that could be just from me rotating it. So I'm going to pop that off. I'm going to grab my vise ready, and my wheel balancer, because I know I'm going to need that. My wheel balancer right here. This is a factory team wheel balancer. This is the one that I just have. I like it. It does the job. You can get bench mounted ones, but I like this. You know, this also does do 24 millimeter hexes. All you have to do when you do a 24 millimeter hex, I can actually, can I show you? Yeah, I can show you. All right. 24 millimeter hex. People were wondering, does it actually work? Yes, it does. You just need to put a washer on it. So what I will do is I'll show you once I get this in here. Stick the washer on there. Should be able to show you. There you go. So for a 24, for a massive hex, which that wheel's actually a little bent, I think. It might not be straight. No, the wheel's actually bent. So this is one of my paddle tires. These I don't really care because I ripped these in the snow. So this is really, that's really not a big deal. It is the wheel itself is actually a little bent. And how do I know that? When I go to touch the hub itself doesn't move. It's the outside wheel. It's got a little bit of a whoop to it. So I could probably take that out with some heat. But you just got to find yourself the right size washer. And it will work. So I'm just going to set this up. Scruffy page. But you are entertaining whether you realize it or not. Oh. Why? Because you can laugh at me? It's all right. I'm all right with people laughing at me. I'd you know what? Tell you what. I'd rather have people laughing at me. You know, I'm okay with that. You know, if it's making people happy, then that's the best part right there. All right. So I'm going to just pop this wheel off. This might be a little bit to get off because when I did hit that curb, because basically it basically hit here. It caved it in so bad that the curb actually did hit the nut. So I'm kind of maybe would be surprised or maybe wouldn't be surprised, but there should be a little bit of a burr. I'm assuming to get over on this. It's actually not too bad. You can feel it though. You definitely feel that there's a burr there. So it grinded it pretty good. You know, it's not super bad, but you know, it's all right. So the question was, do I now have a bent wheel? And when I'm looking at this profile, can't really tell. But you can see this has been balanced. So it'll be interesting to know, you know, is this wheel still true? And is it still balanced? You can see it actually rubbed off. It hit hard enough to where it actually rubbed the paint. It transferred the paint from the front valance actually right to the tire. So I'm just going to toss this on here. And we'll see what this looks like. Voodoo, RC Voodoo. What's going on, guy? So did I bend the wheel? Yes, I did. But I can probably bend it back. But I don't know if I want to mess with that. So yeah, I'll move this vise so you can see. See how that's bent? So I actually did bend. I did bend basically the spokes. So what I could possibly do is while it's doing this right here, while it's spinning, all right, let's see if it's still balanced. So it does look like it is a little bit of out of balance too. Yeah, definitely is. And I'm actually not surprised too, though, because you think of the material that's been coming off on these wheels. So when you balance a tire, it's not going to be a forever thing. But that's a pretty good little, whoop right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm actually going to heat the wheel as I'm spinning it. And then I'll get it to a point to where it's right here. So basically where it is, where that bend is right there. So I basically have to take the wheel and bend it this way, but I want to do it with heat. So I kind of like relax the plastic a little bit. So if you got headphones, watch out. Now see if that's enough. So it's right there. Make sure that that's tight. Still a little bit of a whoop right there. Tighten up my balancer a little bit. So what you could do, oh, my finger was touching it. So you could take something, right? Basically line it up like this. You could probably use magnets think I could definitely use magnets. I just don't know where they are. I'm always missing the magnets. There is a little bit of it. I did take some of the curse out. So what I could do is take, say I just take like this right here, right? See what I'm saying? If I do this right here, what would be better is if I could actually get it on the rim, which would literally be, I think, right there. And it actually doesn't look like, right now, it actually doesn't look like it's the, hear that? Right there it hits. So it's basically, it's hitting right here. Now what I can't tell is if that is, I'm going to put a little dot right there with my paint pen. I still have my paint pen here. So let's set this up. That right there. I think this got loose. Yeah, it loosened up on me. Oop. Wow. So it's right where the DB is. I can actually see that it is the rim. So if I go this way, slide that in. So what that's doing is that's showing me that section right there is where it's contacting the rim, and that's where the rim is bent. Now the next thing to do is we would actually check the check it down by the hub, see if it's the hub or the spokes. There's a little bit at that hub. So it seems to be a combination of the so it's right here. It's right where the DB is. So what I like to do, just take a marker, just put a dot. Tells me where I'm hitting. Tells me that basically I can apply heat in that location. And I'm going to just give it a little crank. Look at that. That seems pretty mint. Still got a little bit. So it actually moved to this spoke now. It's just a little bit on that spoke. So it's not that I don't know, but put a dot where that spoke is now. Apply a little bit of heat. Just to this area. And I'm going to just apply a little bit of pressure. Let it relax. And I think I might have done it a little bit too far. Either way, is this really necessary? That's a little bit better. That's more consistent. That's probably passable. Listen to that. That's basically all the way. So I'm happy with that. So now as far as wheel balance, obviously now the balance of the wheel is off. So I am going to rebalance the wheel. So we'll see where it balances out right now. So right here, that's the spot that has the lightest amount because the heaviest spot is down there. You take just a little piece of tape and I'm just going to stick it right on there. We'll see if this little piece of tape is going to be enough. Nope. Not enough. So it needs a little bit bigger piece of tape. Let's see, where is it? Actually seems like it's balanced out now. No, still very slightly out. And it looks like it moved too. Did I pull off the wrong piece of tape? Nah, you know what? I almost want to say that's passable. The little drop of paint that I stuck on there. So seems like it's. Did I pull off the wrong piece of tape or something? So right there, if I throw the piece of tape on right there, let's see if that helps. Still a little out. But I think considering what it was initially, I think it's fine. I'll go with that. That actually looks pretty good now. I think what I'll do is I'll heat up the inner rim. See if I can get that to relax. That's what I'm seeing. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing the bad glue job. The bad glue job of the wheel is what I'm seeing now. So there's a little bit of something right there. Man. There's a flat spot right there. I think I'm okay with that. That's not too bad. That's minimal. That little tick, that's mint. All right, I'm happy with that. What'll be interesting to know is if I bent anything here, which I certainly hope not. All right. So I think I'll be good. I think I'll be happy with that. You can see that the rim, just the tire itself is just not right on the rim. There's a little spot right there which was humping up. It's not unglued. So is my thread lock right there. Put a little drop. Oh, that was a little bit more than a little drop. Holy crap. It's a little too much. Now this should be fun. I actually threaded on. I think I threaded on. Actually, it looks like it. Is that cross-threaded? Nope. It's meant. Rest of the car should be all right. Just a little bit of body work here. Heat up the body from the inside, push out the dent. Oh, I should show you the broken parts. All right. Get this out of here. Goes my tape. Goes the camera. Goes everything. So parts that did definitely seem like they were an issue. Obviously this piece, which is that lower valance panel. That was pretty mangled. I mean, probably could have heated up and used it, but why? Splitter you saw. The splitter was, again, that is a pretty mangled splitter, but probably could straighten it out, save it for something else. This little piece right here, this did get deformed. This is the section that actually goes in between the foam and attaches right here. So it goes like that. Foam goes there. This piece goes here. You can see how hard of a hit it was for it to ovalize that section right there. That, I mean, this thing crumpled. I mean, that was a hit. So this piece deformed. Again, I could have just taken a little bit of heat. I could have just relaxed that piece and it would have been mint, but I was already right here. I figured, you know, who cares? You know, I'll just save the part. It won't be a throwaway. This piece obviously goes here. Like that. You got to be careful of those two outside screws. The screw that was right there pulled through. That was the one that Earl was saying, most likely you've got a bent chassis just because of that screw potentially pulling through. And he was right. This screw actually ripped out and was completely gone. This ripped out. That ripped out. That, I think, also ripped out. And if from memory, this one screw right here was the only one that was left that was basically holding this piece on with the splitter still attached, basically like this. So, no, I'm sorry, it was this way. So it was the screw that was over here that stayed. And it was basically just held on like that. So that's how it came back to me. Right? No, sorry. I'm upside down here. It came back to me this way. Right. So this was the screw that was still attached. So basically this was all ripped out like this. Splitter was still attached, but that was because Earl said to go ahead and throw those longer screws in, which basically go to the tops of this right here. And basically that's how it was. It just literally just tore out. And this whole section right here, again, bent chassis, whatever. So all those parts are kind of disposable. Too bad you couldn't like melt this stuff down and do something with it, turn it into filament for 3D printing. But what I do want to do though, I'm actually going to use kind of stuff that I've already got in on hand. I'm going to heat up this section of the body, and I'm going to push out the dent that's right there. So I'll tip it upside down. Something like that. Maybe get this light in here. I think. Light. Like that. Something like that. Right there, basically, it's dented in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to introduce a little bit of heat. Keep the heat far away. I don't want to jam it into the hole. But I do want to concentrate the heat in that area. Put epoxy up in there. What? Put some Bondo in there? Is that what you're saying? I do have a gallon thing of Bondo. So I'm basically, I just want to see if and it wasn't enough. Got to be careful because I don't want to introduce so much heat that I destroy the Lexan. So, you know, it's there. I just don't want to jam it into the hole. See if that's enough. Give it a little push out. Boy, it's hot. I'll support it. Give it a little bit of push. That looks better. There is a little crease right there. I can address that crease from the top. See, we're able to push that out. I would need a sharper, something sharper, like maybe something that has an edge like this to finish that. So I'm going to apply some more heat. Only on a live guy. My tools just went everywhere all over the floor. I'm telling you. That's awesome. The tools just went everywhere. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to recreate that crease that's there. The tools literally just went everywhere. I'm just glad they didn't go into the trash, because that would have been horrible. Oh my God. See what I'm saying? Literally, they went everywhere. Only on a live with RC Guy Garage. So I was able to take that out a little bit. There is still a little bit of a crease right there. If I wanted to mimic that, you know, perfectly, I just get, yeah, there goes that screwdriver. That one's gone too. Oh my God. I think I should pick up my tools. I should rethink my my actions for the day. Well, at least they went into the box, the majority of it. Ah, for the love of God. That's awesome. All the tools. God. What the heck? Holy smokes. All right. You just got to laugh. You know what I'm saying? You got to laugh about it. What a disaster. So I do want to get something a little bit sharper and basically just reform this corner. And this is just like what I feel like doing. The other thing I'll do is also, like I said, I'll apply some heat right here. There is a pretty good crease that basically goes from here all the way over this way. Excuse me, all the way over this way. It actually comes onto the fender, but there's a little hump up right there in the crease that actually folds down. If I introduce some heat, I should be able to take a screwdriver or a flat blade and rebend that down. Because I don't think this is going to work. That's too, well, you know what? Maybe it will. I'm going to give it a shot. Use what you got. A lot of times I actually use wood. Like in automotive, when I'm doing auto body, I have a tendency to grab different various types of wood to massage panels back into place. I showed that on a video that I did working on my stainless plow. So I got a Fisher, the stainless XV whatever 2 plow, and I was able to take the actual blade sections off and the edges, because every once in a while you'll contact something that, you know, you probably shouldn't contact that's not snow, and you'll kind of, you know, flare out the stainless. So what I did is I fixed the entire blade by using a combination of just dollies, hammers, and in some cases wood. Sometimes wood actually is what you want to use, because it's hard enough to do the work, but soft enough to not really cause a lot of damage. So I'm going to heat this corner up. Basically concentrate the heat there, not have it too concentrated, so I don't like start warping or deforming the whole panel. And you see, like, I don't know if you can see, I'm dragging the gun away and I'm kind of feeling like the surface for the heat. It's pretty hot. Now, check this out. Take my ruler and press my ruler into that little spot right there. Oh boy, is that hot. Basically just work that dent down, or that crease. Still a little bit of a crease right there. Heat it back up. Use that old edge. Boy, is that hot stuff, man. Probably be better if I used like a glove on the backside, because that is hot. That's pretty good. Not perfect, but better than what it was. So now there's a little crease right there. See if I can work on that. that's almost gone. That crease is almost gone. There's a little bit of a crease right there. That's literally gone. I can still feel it. That is not too bad. You can see that in the light. It's almost gone. Now that's it. That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a little bit of heat on that front little lip right there. So I can bend that down. It's going to be hot. Wow. Basically, just want to push that out right there. That's it. Tiny little dent right there, but I'll live with it. Majority of it's out. Now it's not caved in like it was. You know, it does look a little bit better. Definitely looks like it's been used. We got rid of the crease that was right across here. There's just a slight little haze of a crease right now. Got rid of the crease that was actually in there. That's looking mint. Could probably do a little bit more work on that, but I'm just going to leave it. And yeah, basically that's it. Felony is ready to rip. So that was it. Surprisingly, the damage wasn't really that bad on this Felony. Consider. I mean, that thing hit. I don't know how fast it was going, but there was no brakes. I do know that. And I did put it into a slide just to try to minimize potentially some of the damage that it was going to get. So I'm all right with that. So what else? Felony's ready to rip. It does not look like I'll be ripping tomorrow, though, because it's probably going to be too cold. I do have to figure out my this thing right here. So that's my VT. This is my other speed car. I do have one other speed car coming up. Hopefully soon. We'll see. I got to actually build it first. Electrify it. It's not the Limitless. It's another car that I've got. This actually now has a spool in it. It's now running a 34 tooth. What is it running? It's running a, crap, I forget. 33 tooth Spur with a, forget how many tooth pinion that was. 27 tooth pinion, I think. So a 27 tooth pinion and a 33 tooth Spur, I believe. So this, I'm hoping, should be able to get into, fastest speed that I've had this thing going is 84, I believe. That's the fastest I've got this thing going so far. So now that I changed that gear ratio, got rid of the diff, the center diff, now we're locked front and rear. Or we're locked front to rear. I'm guessing I probably, maybe 7 or 8 more miles per hour, maybe. I don't even know. I don't know. It's definitely going to be faster than what I am used to. I can't wait to rip this thing. This thing has been a great little car. This is the car that I start out with. So with all this like speed stuff that I've been trying to do, this is the car that I feel like more comfortable with it, like I know it. Up to 84 miles per hour, this thing didn't have a gyro. It was that straight, which I guess maybe at those speeds it doesn't need a gyro. I have no idea, but we are now running a Game Changer version 2 fan, which basically clicked on right into position, absolutely perfect. Because I'm fairly confident now this is going to be building heat. Where's my little? I got a little battery pack here, right here. So this is the Game Changer V2 fan. This thing spools up nice. Now the way, can't even hear me talk now. So the way this actually set up over this motor, the majority of the heat is in the center of this motor anyway. When I usually temp gun it, it's usually where I'm getting most of my heat is like literally right here. So right where that fan clicked into place. The other fan, what that's going to do is help keep the gears cool and the front half of the motor, which I thought was pretty cool. So these fans right here, these are Game Changer version 2s. There is a link in the description to go ahead and at least get yourself onto the Game Changer eBay website. But finally, I think this thing is ready to go. Look at that. Those things just sound so incredible. I love those things. Game Changer version 2 is the amount of air that those fans push out is unbelievable. And this is the RC Guy Garage America, America version of the fans. You got the red, white, and blue. I might switch over one of these grates so it's like a combination grate. I also do have another Game Changer fan. This is the low profile ESC fan. So it does not push out the same type of wind. It is a smaller fan, but it's more designed to go in place of the ESC fan that's usually on top here. It is more of a lower profile. I think it's half the size. Well, close. 2/3 the size of the original fan. So twice the size of a regular fan, but 2/3 the size of the Game Changer V1 and V2 fan. This does put out air. Again, this is not as fast as definitely not as fast as the V1, V2s. It's not as fast as the V1s either, but it does provide more air than what this fan up here provides. So for an ESC, I think that would probably be fine. But I actually would rather have like V1s and V2s because they literally, you don't even need a motor anymore. You just basically put these, face them to the back, and the car will roll away. So now you've been up since what? Guy put you to sleep, bro? Right. Yeah. I've got that soothing voice. So right. Earl's teaching actors. Yep. I just can't get over this thing. Listen to this thing. Ready? Just the air that pumps is insane. So can't wait to rip this. I'm sure this thing is mint. I should probably check the wheel nuts. They should be mint. I usually never have any problems with anything HOBAO. But it's definitely going to be different ripping this thing now. Maybe I increased it by 10 miles per hour. I really don't know. Is it going to go 94, 97 now? I really have no clue. I do have to figure out my battery tray situation. So this is the major issue that I'm having, is trying to figure out battery trays. I thought about bending up some diamond plate and like screwing it down, and yeah, I don't know. I could probably take the diamond plate and actually lay it inside and use, I don't have a brake, so if at all possible, if I had a brake, still have 2 cars sitting outside. I should probably bring those in. But like I was saying, I do have a piece of diamond plate. I did think about cutting it and at least maybe positioning a battery here. Initially, I was thinking about taking wherever my battery is now. Where's my battery? Initially, the plan was this. This seemed to work, and it actually still fit inside that form factor. It actually fits inside. And basically, all I would have to do is just drill through the chassis and basically just bolt this battery like holder in there, and it would basically just be a side mount or side, you know, load battery, which would be susceptible to, you know, possible impacts because there's nothing here to protect it. The battery would hang out a little bit, but it's elevated above the chassis, so there's not going to be any rub. But I wish I did have some type of like, you know, something to actually keep the battery flat, and then also to stop the wind from going inside the body, because that's the other drawback with this body is that, where's the body? It's got so much open air space on these sides. Once you throw this body on, which there's a massive amount of space. I mean, it's not like, what? Is that like 4 inches of space? It would be nice to kind of like cut down on that air, kind of like maybe traveling inside this car. So the back of the car is cut out right now. I had to do it kind of like with a little bit of look. So I was able to keep some of that rigidity right there. And I figured, you know, the majority of the air was bypassing before. Basically, the whole bumper came down to like, basically came down to here, which was, I think I gained 3 miles per hour just by cutting this section of the body off. I gained 3 miles per hour just by doing that. That's nuts, you know, but I understand it. But this is a sweet little car. This is the one that, like I said, this is the one that gets me going. This is the one that actually got me between this and the DR10. Between this and the DR10 is what kind of turned me on to speed. And then obviously, you know, watching a couple videos from this guy named Earl. I don't even know who the guy is, but this guy, Earl Moorhead, watching some of his videos was just like, yeah, it was all over for me. So, but I think I might just drill that down and see what happens. I'll just go with that. Got my little mount here for the GPS thing. SkyRC GPS, this thing. It's a little data analyzer. This thing's awesome. This thing has already seen better days. This has already crashed a couple times. But it's got the Velcro on there, so I can just basically just stick it right there. And then you just operate it by using your phone. or whatever you got. So this thing's fully charged, ready to rip. This is that dual lock that Earl uses. The stuff is great too. You basically can use it for almost ever. I guess that's it. I do my little wire tie thing in the back here to make it like spark plug wire loom. Little holders. I like doing that. This gives it a little bit of class. But I do need to mount that there. It's literally got to go exactly right there. It's away from the spur. So the spur is not going to eat it. It's basically hugged up right against the ESC. Doesn't contact anything other than the chassis. So I just need to get some long screws. I'd like to use original holes. So if possible, maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll use stick tape, line up some holes or something. Nah, looks like the only holes I could line up would be on the front. Yeah, it kind of really needs to be right there. I guess I'll be drilling holes. It's not going to hurt. But I should stick tape it down just like that. Yeah, something like that. Stick tape and then literally just drill some holes right through. I got 2 back holes that I could drill right through. One there, one there. Then I would want to drill 2 front holes. So I'd probably drill all the way through this way. There is actually 1 hole right there that I could probably line up. Take a drill bit and go through this hole right here. That would probably work. That hole right there, I could actually go up that way. Holes on the back, I can't really use. Unless I did like some kind of bracket. Yeah. I guess that's it. I don't have much else to say. Felony's done. VT is like ready to rip. How's everybody doing? Tortured RC, what's going on, guy? Could you hack up some of the Felony side skirt wheel well plastic to make them fit that car to stop air from coming in? Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it's just plastic. I think it would be too... I don't think it would have enough rigidity. I think that's what you're talking about. I think you're like talking about... I have other Lexan that I could use for that, but I feel like I'd want to use diamond plate. That way, at least I could have battery trays. Do you know what I'm saying? Like right now, the biggest thing is not being able to have a proper, you know, battery tray and maybe have some kind of skirts that are on the outside that are, you know, made for this or whatever. Again, like I said, I have diamond plate. I could do it. It's just, will I? Probably not. I'll probably just do it exactly like that. And then, but I hear what you're saying. I could 3D print something too. Oh, what's that? Delrin. I could get some sheets of Delrin. Maybe I could do that. At least that would be bendable. Heat it up, bend it, create some type of like a brake with hinges. Just get some like door hinges and create like a wooden brake that I could like make, you know, plastic bend in a nice like straight line. Something like that. Robbie, what's going on, guy? How are you? Hope you're doing well. In regards to the SkyRC, is there any way to use it to measure how high and far you jump in RC truck? As far as I know, it does do altitude. The only thing that I don't think it does is the old SkyRC GPS. So this one, if you've got, somebody was saying that it actually is Mac compatible now, but this is the regular GSM 015 or something like that. Mine just looks mangled because it's been through a lot. It's seen some use. It's seen some pulls and crashes and obliteration. But this thing is pretty accurate. It's just slow. But supposedly, I can go into a PC and you can download basically the data from this, which will actually give you more information, I think, than what you see actually on this, as far as I'm aware. As far as this data analyzer, I think you can see it through the app. I don't know if it does. I thought it did altitude too. I think this does altitude also. But I don't know how it would actually measure your jump, because when you think about it, unless you're on a flat level surface, wherever you start the GPS, even if you start going up an incline, it's going to register, I think, by what, barometric pressure or something like that. I think, I forget, I think it's like some kind of a barometric pressure sensor or something that's in there or whatever. Any increase in altitude is going to add to whatever those numbers are. So if you're like going up to a jump and you don't see the incline, it's just a very gradual incline, it will kind of give you, I guess, false numbers, I'm thinking. But who knows? Maybe you could like judge it by a spike in the numbers or whatever you see. I actually don't know. I think, you know what I say? Stand next to the jump and just get a tape measure and measure how high it comes to your face. That's probably that's the redneck way of doing it. Just measure how high it hits the tree. How's that? Wherever it contacts the tree. Yep. J.O., what's going on, guy? South Dakota. Late to the show? Nah. Nobody ever misses anything. Just make sure you watch those ads. That's what pays the channel. No trees in the concern. Oh, well, fine. You got 2x4s and plywood then. How about that? That'll work. Set up a 2x4 right in front of the jump at a distance to wherever the car contacts the 2x4 or a piece of strapping, it's going to leave a dent. Then just basically measure where the dent is. That'll work. Put a marker on the front of the car, so when it jumps and it hits the piece of wood, it'll obliterate the marker and it'll leave a line to know how high you jumped. Right. Foot marks, right. Mitchell, didn't you lay out like cones to see how far? Was it the Outcast, I think? How far the Outcast jumped? I think you laid out I think you did like cones or something like that just to see how the distance you were getting or something like that. Yeah, 2x4, a piece of strapping, man. There you go. You just take markers and like tape them to the whole rig. And wherever it contacts, that's how high it went. 60 foot, right? 60 feet. 60-foot piece of strapping? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I don't know, man. Holy, what the hell? What kind of jump are you jumping? That's got to be a good sized jump, because your jump itself has to be a certain amount of height to get height. That's something that people also don't realize, that if you just put a 2-foot jump in front of your RC car, your car is only really going to jump just so high because it doesn't have enough of an arced run up. So unless you've like created this awesome jump that's got a nice arc that launches your car into the air, if you're going for like maximum height, you're going to need both a jump that has, some length to it so you can get that air, so because once you hit the jump, I'm sure you already know this. Once you hit any kind of angle, anything, you automatically start to lose like acceleration or force or whatever whatever the scientific term or formulation, mathematical computation is. That suspension compresses. You're creating more friction, drag, everything. So once that suspension compresses, you're instantly losing power right there. So you need like this just really like gradual curve so the thing just launches if you're just going for ultimate height. You wasn't saying it jumped at 60 foot. You're looking for it to jump 60 feet? I don't know, guy. Yeah, momentum, whatever it is. I'm not somebody for words. I work with my hands. I could care less about words, but thank you, Jo. Momentum. You will lose your momentum. I don't know. Is that what did Forrest say? Stupid is as stupid does, or something like that. I don't know. So who's here? 53 people here. All right, wait a minute. We got 53 people here and only 31 thumbs ups. What's up with that? Come on. If you're hanging out, you're laughing, you can always just do one of these. Let's get that 31, like 32. There we go. See? It always happens like towards the end. Like all of a sudden I'll just say, hey, I'll look at the screen and it'll be like 2 thumbs ups and like 60 people on. It's like, what are you doing to me, guy? The only reason why, and I'm not pushing for thumbs ups, it's great because what it does is it helps the channel. When you thumbs up like something like this or a video, what it does is it's telling YouTube that, the content is worthy of your time. So if the content is worthy of your time, you know what to do. You go and grab yourself a Game Changer fan. Game Changer fans right now, if you get the breast cancer awareness fans from Game Changer, the link is actually in the description. They are pink and white fans or all pink or whatever it is. I don't know what the color combination is, but he's got them available right now for sale, and you're getting a version 2 fan, which is this ultimate spool up monster of a wind machine fan. I mean, listen to this thing. Just hearing this thing makes you want one. Dude, the car like takes off. I can actually feel the car like start to push to the side. But yeah, so he's going to take a certain amount of the proceeds and donate it to the basically donate it to the cause. So it's definitely something that you might want to consider. And I went into this thing about the fans being pink and whatever. And it's like, well, think about it this way. If you have a pink fan in your RC, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? It means that you cared enough to buy the fan that is helping a cause. So that's the way I'm taking it. If I had a breast cancer awareness fan right now, I'd be putting it in my speed car. I would. It doesn't matter to me. What does it do? It blows air. So what if it's pink? It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that it still kicks butt. You can wear a pink shirt and still kick butt. You can still be tough, right? That's what I think. I think you can still be tough. Gotta have one trolling thumbs down. Is there a thumbs down? I don't even know. I don't see it. Is there really one? There's only 39. Come on. It's 56 people here. Come on. 56 people here. And we only got 39 thumbs ups. Come on. Come on. Do it. What's wrong with you? You know what's up? You know what happens? People double click the thumbs up and it turns it into a no thumbs like at all. That's why you got to click it 5 times. Click it 5 times. And that way No, don't do that. Just make sure it's highlighted blue or whatever color it's supposed to be. What's wrong with pink? My shorts are pink. Right. Hey, come on. What's wrong with pink? Nothing. Or is this more purple? Is this pink or purple? This looks like it's pink. Because, maybe this is purple. Nah, this is purple. Yeah, I don't think I have anything pink on this bench. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This, I don't even know if this is going to work right now. My daughter, when she was, I think, 5, gave me this in a card. I don't know if it's going to work. Battery's dead. This has her voice on it from when she was, well, it had her voice on it when she was 5. And then by accident, the little button on the back, I went to go press it, and I pressed that button at the same time, and I erased her 5-year-old voice, which crushed me. What's insane is on my cell phone, I have messages from my daughter when she was those same ages, 5 up until like, I don't know what age. I still have about, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 messages on my phone from my daughter when she was wicked young. And they're going to stay on that phone forever. I've got to figure out how to get them out of the call thing. But they've been on my phone. What are we talking now? She's 20 right now. So those things have been on there for what? Wow. 15 years? Is that right? 15, 14, 13 years. So between 15 and 13 years, those phone messages from my daughter, when she's got the little kid voice, you know what I'm talking about, the little kid voice. There's one message on there that she was all bummed out because she wanted to go to work with me. And she was trying to convince me on the phone message to bring her to work because she was like, forget how she said it. Take something like, I want you to take me to work because I want to do what you do. I can, and then she started telling me that what the things like she can do. She goes, because I can do construction and I can do landscaping. You know, she's a little kid, so she's doing like that, you know, the little kid voice. So every once in a while, like I'll play like those messages. And I was so bummed out. So what was cool was she, you know, I was wicked bummed out that this got erased. And I told her about it, and so she recorded another message on it. So there's another message on here from probably like, I think maybe when she was, I think on here, I think it's when she was 14. So, you know, little cool things. So that's pink. So that's the color of the Game Changer fan, basically. Fog City, what's going on, guy? In the Trash RC. That's quite the name, guy. Anyone have a body that would fit a Remo Hobby 110 crawler? Wow. Kurtz, we'll see you later, man. Plum crazy. Money took money took off. What else is here? It's not purple, it's plum. That's awesome. Scruffy paid torture. What are you saying? Fog guy. What's going on, Fog? Was cleaning my Dropbox last night and found some audio recordings of my daughter when she was 3. Right. Dude, doesn't that like not breaks your heart, but it's like it brings you back. Like, you know, it's insane is because the way I used to carry my kids is like a football. You know, the head, you know, goes in your hand and basically like, you know, you hold them that way and the 2 legs go in between, you know, this part of your arm right here. And then the other arms just like that. And that's how I used to carry my kids like all the time, just like that. Like literally it's called the football carry. That's how I used to carry them. And yeah, it definitely takes me back. But listening to her when she was little, it was so awesome, man. And she still is a daddy's girl, which is awesome. I think every dad kind of like, you know, kind of hopes for that. I don't know if it happens to every dad, but I think every dad probably, you know, hopes that their daughter will be a daddy's girl kind of thing, I guess. Scruffy page, just hook your phone to the computer via USB, allow access, then you can search folders. No, the thing is that not with Verizon. So the messages, the phone messages aren't on the computer. It's actually on Verizon. So I have to somehow contact Verizon and do some kind of thing, probably like pay them $1,000 for them to give me like a file or something. I don't know. It'll probably be worth it. Fog, appreciate that, man. Thank you. Enjoying the content. Hey, at least if it makes you laugh, right? Yes, makes your heart melt. Exactly. Yeah, you're holding your football Gucci skunk, right? The Heisman hold, there you go. GRC, what's going on, guy? Yes, the Felony is back. Did you miss it? No. The video, like I did like a video. It's just sitting in the computer right now, marinating. I gotta put it together. It's all GoPro footage, so it should be pretty easy. It's almost like, it's kind of like an Earl video. You know, you just set up the GoPro and you just go. You know, you don't even look at the camera. You just set it up and you just go, all right. And you just go. And basically, you know, you talk a couple words and you just like basically just do it. Yeah. But the Felony's back. It's all fixed. It's all ready to go. I'm psyched, actually. Oh, it's funny now that I'm looking at the body. See, now I'm going really crazy. Nah, it's all right. It's gonna pass. It passes inspection. It'll pass the Massachusetts state inspection. So that's all that matters. I took the creases out of the body because when it impacted that curb, it put a couple of good creases on the body, and I was actually able to heat up the creases and get them out. The parts that obviously were wiped out, you know, the lower valance panel was blown out. The lower or underbelly skid guard, that's blown out. I blew out this screw right here. Basically blew out all these screws. This piece right here, I blew out. That screw tore out, which this actually, you can see where it impacted. Basically, it's straight right there, and see how it's folded down? See, I'm holding that straight. So it cranked it like this, you know? What else? And obviously the splitter, you know, is pretty mangled. It's all right. Could probably reuse it for something, like a boomerang or something. But I'll probably, just because of the way I am, I probably will, just out of boredom, I'll probably refinish this splitter because none of the holes are blown out. Oh, and I also did install the whatever it is there, the thing, the intercooler, only because, and I'm not into putting accessories on, but I installed the intercooler only because I realized the intercooler clamps down this whole section of the body and gives the splitter more rigidity. So it gives like this whole section more rigidity, and I used my special new screws. I used my gold screws on the bottom there. So, but yeah, the Felony's back. I did the front driver's side wheel did have a little bit of deflection in the spokes and possibly the hub, but that's all squared away too. Very slightly out of balance, very minimal out of balance from what it was originally, which was fine. That's just, you know, that's just rubber wear anyway. I do want to get a 0-degree toe piece for the for my speed cars for the rear end. What else do I want? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna rip it. I'm gonna rip it the way it is. I'll do a couple. I'm gonna do a bunch of like test passes first, just because having a wreck, you know, I just want to make sure the thing is ready to go full trigger. I know it's not fast. It's only an 87 miles per hour car, but still it goes pretty good. I might take the ESC out. I want to show you too. So these are the battery packs. I should actually show you guys. I should show you guys like literally right now. So I now have a stock of battery packs. Got a whole bunch of connectors, a whole bunch of batteries. So I am literally going to be going nuts with batteries. So I now have a few battery packs to review. This right here is dumped out. It looks like it dumped out. Did the live literally dump out? Is it back? Yeah, it's back. Super Drake, what's going on, guy? Well, anyways, what I was trying to say was I've got a ton of LiPo batteries now. I got a ton more Ovonic Airs coming. I've got a whole mess of Z packs, these Z batteries, 3S, 4S, 6S. I was trying to say that these are the ones that I'm going to run in my speed cars. 9,000 milliamp pack, 100C, 200 burst. These should do good, I hope. But that is a stack of battery packs. And I also, because it seems like a lot of cars are that EC or IC5 or whatever you want to call it, got a whole ton of EC5 connectors to start making my own things for other battery packs maybe in the future or whatever. So, but yeah, there's a couple battery packs that I've got now. It's the tower. Dude, this is literally Chernobyl. If this thing ever goes up, this is going to be Elephant's Foot too. So, couple batteries. These Z batteries I've been pretty happy with the Z batteries that I've already had. So, but these things should be going outside in the battery box so that I don't end up with an issue. But the Ovonic Air, I've liked Ovonic Air. Z is just something new that I want to try, so figure I'll try them out. So actually, I should open up this pack right here and get my eyes on it. It's my knife. There it is. Got my little knife. Do I have my own decal? I made a decal, but I wasn't happy with it. Yeah, I love these batteries. Yeah, Ovonic, I've actually been very happy with Ovonic Air. I've promoted them in the past, and so far I've had 0 issues with Ovonics. I've had 0 issues with some of the Z packs that I already run. I just literally wanted to like really try some batteries out, because you got to really, I mean, if you want to say that you trust a battery, you've really got to try batteries. I don't trust those reaction batteries, and that's literally only because one cell died. Zop-Pops I don't trust. Zop-Pops are 50%ers, and they're borderline 30%ers for me. Just got some Ovonics in for an upcoming project video. Awesome. Good job, Jo. You want one for your crawler? Like I said, I did make a thing. It's just, I don't know. After I made it, I took a whole entire day making it, and I thought it came out all right, but there was just something I didn't like about it, and I just ended up scrapping it and just say, forget it. A gag decal with a broken diff as a background pic, right? Right. Should it say EXB in the background? Your reaction died too? Yeah. And for the price that I paid for those reaction packs, man, it stinks, man, because now one of them, you know what's even more crazy? It charges. When I charge it, the battery charger only recognizes it as a 3S pack, but it knows that there is a dead cell, which is nuts. I didn't even know a charger would do that. I figured a charger, because in the past, I've had other chargers that would not charge a battery pack if you had a dead cell. This charger will charge the other 3 cells. It's crazy. And the other cell is literally like at 99 ohms. And I think it's like at like 0.1 volts or something like that, but it will charge the other 3 cells. It's crazy. I've tried it a couple of times. I tried to like revive the pack, but nothing wants to revive it. So yeah, I don't know why it dumps out. It could dump out just because I've got the the footage marinating in the computer. It's funny when your hat sideways don't look right. To the group, I would love some advice. I have a buddy that is yeah. Well, I know you're not asking me, man, but if he's never had one before, I definitely wouldn't recommend a massive truck or something. There you go. 6S line. There you go. Right. Let's put it this way. Does he have the money to be able to break whatever he breaks? I mean, to fix whatever he breaks? What, am I getting tired here? If he's got the money to fix whatever he breaks, yeah. I'll tell you what. How about this? Why don't you tell your buddy to get a REDCAT Racing KAIJU? Get a REDCAT Racing KAIJU. Run it on 4S. It's 6S capable, more than 6S capable. It runs beautifully on 4S. It's a stunt trick jump truck. It's fast, resilient. There's only a couple of little minor things that you do to it. They do have a metal spur gear now. So once the plastic or whatever the spur gear is, carbonite spur gear disintegrates, you throw in the metal spur gear. But that will give him wrench time. The only other thing you got to do is WD-40, just the upper links on the front. I think the backs were fine. I can't remember what the backs are, but the REDCAT Racing KAIJU, it's only, what, $400? Something like that. And it's a ripper. And that would be, that would be a good vehicle maybe for your buddy. Yeah, I know. What's up with my lighting in the background? I could always do the voice with the microphone. Maximus is good too. Yeah, if you do any research of the REDCAT Racing Kaiju, it was literally REDCAT nailed a grand slam with that thing. Like, just very minor little nothing issues. Out of the box, it's crazy. That thing on 6S will do a quadruple backflip. Like, I mean, standing quadruple backflip on 6S out of the box. And it's got lights front and back. I'm looking at the Kaiju right now. You know what the Kaiju is, right? This thing. This truck is mint. This thing's a beast. Right now, it's missing. I have the center diff out because I'm gonna do the metal spur upgrade. But this thing is awesome. This thing is an absolute just animal. It's a great truck. It's not too small, but it's also not massively oversized and big. It's literally just the right size to have a blast. You need to run. Yeah, I've got the Losi upgrade that Gus's Custom Creations set up, but I'm actually gonna scrap that and I'm just gonna do the stock one, just because I think it's just gonna be easier. I think I ended up getting the wrong washer or whatever for the upgrade. James, what's going on, guy? Yeah, those are stock tires. So those are REDCAT Racing Kaiju tires and wheels that I literally put on just about everything that will fit it. So when those tires became available, I bought 12 sets of those tires because they're just unbelievable. Just it's hard to explain, man. You obviously, well, I don't want to assume, but most likely haven't seen a good amount of my videos. The only reason why I say that is because I literally talk about those Kaijus all the time because they are such an incredible, inexpensive ripper, 17 millimeter hex, like built tire, which I'd love to show you. I had one I thought on here. How did I do it? Ah, right here. Look at the structure to the inside of this wheel. All right, so I just look at that. That is a built wheel. Just the rim itself, it's extremely just built. The tread is amazing. The flexibility. Oh my if you want to see how they perform, go check out my Lasernut videos. The Lasernut videos, my Lasernut's actually outside right now. I got to remember to bring that in. The last Lasernut video that I did was like a combination of just like regular driving and some cinematic stuff. So if you're looking for a video that kind of like, has like a different kind of, thing to it, I definitely would recommend checking that video out. Let's see. Is there any way for me to do a link? Probably wouldn't be able to figure it out. So, studio. Content. This one. And how do I share it? I don't want it to be quiet. Share. Copy. Go to here. Put it there. Paste. If you click that link right there, that link will take you to the Lasernut that is running those REDCAT Racing KAIJUs. It is definitely a tire and wheel configuration that I recommend. I've already got those KAIJUs on so many vehicles. They even fit on the Traxxas Max. Great tire and wheel setup. Scruffy Page, you want a DR10? Yeah. How much does a DR10 normally run? I don't even know now. Been sub for a while, but don't think I've seen much of you. Oh, just go check it out. I think you're able to search it on the, I think you're able to search it like, I think when you go on my channel, I think you can search it. I don't know. I tried to do the playlist thing. It was harder than I thought. I think one night I like tried to like playlist things like the right way. I tried to organize it, but it gets to be too many when you got like, I think I've got like what, 700 videos right now or something like that. How many videos do I have? I don't even know. 320. AZRC. Did I not get back to you? AZRC? Thanks for getting back to me on those Game Changer RC fans. Hopefully I try to get back to everybody. So if I missed like your comment, don't beat me down. I was talking about that actually. What was it? I think that was this morning. It was either this morning or yesterday morning. I don't even know. Oh, sorry. It's already this morning. So 2 mornings ago or something like that, I discovered a little thing on YouTube that for some strange reason, there was a whole ton of comments that were banned. They were, I had to approve them. And it was like, I think there was only like 3 on there where people actually swore and were being, pills. There's other words I could use, but I try to keep my channel clean. There's other words I could use to explain what they were. But yeah, I actually approved. Like, I mean, I went back, like, there were comments on there that I never saw. I never even noticed them. I don't know why YouTube does that, but most of the comments didn't have anything offensive. It was just like, for some reason, they just didn't approve the comment. I don't know why. Just checking A to Z. I mean, you never know. You could be like one of those angry people that doesn't like my spaghetti sauce. If you don't know what that is, that's an old video. Right. Thank you, Riff. In the trash. I'm over at Robbie's RC at the moment, and Robbie said, awesome. Dude, that's awesome. In the trash RC, that's awesome. Yeah, Robbie's a good guy. I'm glad you're hanging out with him. He's a good guy. That is cool. Right. How many people? We got 45? Dude, actually, the amount of thumbs up actually matches the amount of people in the chat right now. 45 thumbs ups. So that means there's still some people in right now that probably haven't thumbs up, right? Can we get it over? It is. It just went over. Nice. We got 46. We have more thumbs ups right now than we have people on the stream. Oh, now it's 46. So I think I should probably end this live stream. We're going on almost 2 hours. What do we talk about tonight? I don't know. Are there any videos you guys like want to see? I thought about doing like a toolbox tour. Thought about doing a Camaro tour. I don't know. I just gotta get out there and rip it, just like what I tell everybody to do. Don't forget Game Change RC, breast cancer awareness right now. If you get one of those pink fans, a portion of the proceeds is going to go to the cause. So there's a link in the description that'll bring you right to those pink fans. Go ahead and grab yourself one, and at least, like I was saying, some people freak out about the color pink, but You don't have to freak out. It's just a color. It's no big deal. But just, just buy a fan. You give into the cause. That's all that really matters. And if you look at it this way, when you open up your RC and someone says, hey, what's up with those pink fans? You can take the story however you want to take it. You can say I gave to the cause, or you can say something else. It's up to you. James, thank you for that. Oh, no, the mullet. No. Dude, I probably am going to do, I don't say I probably am going to do a mullet. I am going to do a mullet. I already know which one I'm going to do. It's only hair. It'll grow back. I'm not scared. I am going to video it too, which is going to be funny. I haven't decided whether if I was going to try and, I think what I thought I was going to do, this is the thought. I think I'm going to try to give myself a mullet. And if it doesn't work out, my wife is going to fix it. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's hair. It's going to grow back. I got plenty of it right now. So it's time. Time for a haircut. The mullet video from RC Guy Garage. Coming soon to a theater near you. Well, coming soon to a screen near you. Right. Yeah, like a toolbox tour type of thing. Like what are your favorite tools? Robbie, what are you saying? Message me when you're done. Okay. Oh, Mitchell's taking off. See you later, Mitchell. What James said? Gucci Skunk. What James said? Mullet haircut video? Yeah, it's going to happen. You want to see the Arrma Typhoon 6S video, or maybe build a wooden ramp and do a long jump competition? Right. A spaghetti sauce cooking video. Dude, hey, I've already done didn't I do like a, I think I did a breakfast sandwich video, didn't I? I thought I did wasn't it like a live or did I actually record it? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was a live or if I did a recording. Then I did a breakfast sandwich. You know what I mean? When you have a channel, right? Let's say, I'm sure you guys have channels. Don't be afraid to do something different. Don't be afraid to take it out of the spectrum of whatever your channel's geared to. My channel originally was about drone stuff. It was part of my business. It was literally UAV drone photography. It was the longest name that probably could have come out. It was when drones were hot, and I was doing drone videos for realtors and builders, and licensed, insured, registered, the whole whatever. And I don't know, it's fun, but it started to become work. And when it started to become work, that's when it started to become not fun. I learned a lot. I learned how to call a radio tower. Stupid. Why did I really need to learn air charts? Are you kidding me? I needed to learn stinking frequencies to contact air control towers. What are you talking about? I'm flying a drone. I don't have a goddamn radio that even comes close to any frequencies that I'd be contacting a stinking tower. It's like, it was the stupidest stuff that you got to learn to get a drone license. Really stupid. I hate tests, so. And I passed it first time. And I self-studied too. But man, learning maps and stuff, what all the little colored circles mean and all this other junk, and whatever. Don't need to know it now. I do automotive videos. I do whatever you can think can be content, because sometimes, some people get bent out of shape. They're like, oh, what does this have to do with RC? And I'm like, well, actually, my channel really wasn't even RC anything before. It was automotive and drone and all this other stuff. So you should be complaining that I have RC stuff on here. But it slowly transformed into RC basically from my dog dying. So my dog died. I bought an RC, and it basically took off from that. I started doing like little repair things, and I was like, I might as well record it. When you see my older videos, like when I was young, well, like 3 years ago or whatever it was, 4 years ago, I think I've been doing YouTube for, time flies, man. I think I've been doing YouTube for maybe 4 years. It doesn't feel like it was. Kind of feels like it's more like 3 years. So maybe 3 to 4 years I think I've been doing YouTube. But that was like when I first started. It was more like the chronicle kind of thing. Like the thought in my head was, this is the way I thought, was when I initially started YouTube, it was partially business, but it was also putting myself out there so that, you know, when I'm gone, because I know eventually I'm going to be gone, that my kids would still be able to see me, and my kids' kids, if they really wanted to know, you know, well, who was, you know, your dad, or who was grandpa, or whatever I'm going to be called eventually, because I know eventually I'll be a grandfather. But, you know, if they wanted to know like what I did, or what I was, or if I was funny, or if I was mean, or whatever, they'd be able to see, like in these videos, that, you know, I'm just like just a regular happy guy, you know, trying to spread happiness. So, and that's how it started. And then I was doing automotive stuff, you know, anytime I did any kind of anything automotive, everything. I even did I do roof jobs? No, I think the roofing was Facebook. Facebook, I had some of my roofing jobs on there. I even did this thing where I did this whole like semi-cinematic thing about using my backpack blower. I mean, it's a still blower. It's a still 600 BR 600, so it's like a real blower, commercial grade, you know, landscaper blower. But yeah, I did this like even this cinematic thing with my blower. And it was just like people liked it. And I was like, all right. Then I started doing like under home inspections. I started videoing those, but those are more private for YouTube. But those videos are actually on here. They're just private. Nobody can see them except for the client. What else is on there? Big Black's on there. Snow plowing videos. I've got snow plow videos on there. What else? I don't even know. Most of the videos now are RC videos because I'm having a blast. Just like I keep saying all you guys should. Just get out there and rip it. So I'm just going to end this live stream. You ever check out Vice Grip's Garage? That's your favorite automotive? No, I haven't. I'll go check them out, though. One channel you guys should check out is if you guys are into automotive restoration, like literally borderline, like Boyd / Foos, Chip Foos, kind of. Go check out Joe Daddy's Garage. Wicked good guy. He's one of my buddies. So, but yeah, you should go check out his channel, Joe Daddy's Garage. So, 3 separate words: Joe, J-O, then Daddy's Garage. Right now, he's working on Jade and a vehicle called the Brooklyn Pony, but he's got a ton of videos out there. And he's one of the ones that he's a mechanic, but he's an auto body. Like he'll probably say he's not an auto body master, but he really is. He is what you would call a master tech. When it comes to the work that he does, he puts his conscience into it. Like he sleeps well at night. And that's basically what I try to put into, like, you know, some of my stuff is basically the same thing. It's conscience based. So, I mean, I sleep well at night, that knowing that, you know, any information that I put out there is the truth as I see it when I see it. So, and this guy, Joe Daddy's Garage, is basically the same exact way. A very intelligent guy that, I mean, man, you see some of the stuff that he has done to Brooklyn Pony. Brooklyn Pony, it's either a 65 or a 66 Mustang. And you shouldn't even call it a Mustang. You should literally call it a Rustang. And I mean that, like, truthfully. I think the only thing that is original to that car I believe, is the front windshield frame. The whole rest of it has been a fabrication. And I mean, the amount of times that he will cut a fender to make it fit, the amount of times he'll cut a door, and he does everything the right way. Like, I mean, if you want to know how to massage metal into place to get your body lines and your door gaps and your trunk gaps and your rear tail panel to conform to the wrongly stamped out like quarter panels that he's had to recut and massage and re-weld, and tell you, man, this guy puts his all into his work. And I mean, yeah, Joe Daddy's Garage, go check him out. So that's it. I think I'm just gonna end this right here. I keep saying I'm gonna end this. I'm now 20 minutes past when I said I was gonna end it last time. So like I said, hopefully you guys enjoy this channel. Hopefully you enjoy the episodes from RC Guy Garage. Like I keep saying right now, don't forget Game Changer RC right there. Breast Cancer Awareness Month right now, and it would be a good idea to, if you need a RC fan that sounds like this, if you want an RC fan that pushes some serious air like that, if you want that kind of wind cooling your motors, your center diffs, and your ESCs, go check out Game Changer RC right now. In the comments or in the description below, there is a link to his eBay. It actually goes directly to those pink fans. And like I was saying, pink, it's just a color. It's supporting a good cause, and a portion of the proceeds is going to the cause. So just keep that in mind. You know, who cares if it's pink? It's pushing air. That's all that matters. So, all right. Tortured, see you later. Lorne, see you later, man. We got Dad. What does that say? Dad Vader Jones. What's going on, guy? Big fan. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. James, see you later. Jo, have a good one. STL, guy, you just showing up now when I'm ending? Come on, STL, guy. You're always coming in late. Scruffy Page, see you later, man. James, we got In the Trash, RC. Do a parts giveaway live stream, right? Super Drake. I did giveaways. They don't work as good as you think they do. Because what happens is it drags in people that really don't even care about your channel. They just want free stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that. I mean, everybody wants free stuff, but I'd rather the free stuff go to like people that are like real subscribers, not the ones that literally scour the internet for the word free and giveaway, and like they just happen to jump on your channel and they just happen to win. Do you know what I mean? I'd feel bad. You know what I mean? Like for the diehard like people that have been with me. If you know who I haven't seen for a while, I haven't seen Asterion. We haven't seen Asterion for a while. I wonder what's going on with him. I'm gonna have to send him a message. We got AZRC, Super Drake. I think I said Super Drake before. Earl was here, but he probably fell asleep. Yep, we are gonna do the mullet. I'm gonna have to pay my wife to fix it. So boost up the mullet donations. so I can give her like a stack of cash and just go, hey honey, check it out. This is all yours. So anyways. All right, that's it. 2-hour live stream, right? Yeah. Broke over 2 hours. I think that's good enough. Thank you to all you guys that subscribe to the channel. Don't forget the thumbs up on your way out. We got 51 sticking thumbs ups. That's insane. That's awesome. I appreciate this whole ride. Hopefully you guys enjoy the ride too. Content is pushing forward with the channel. Got the Felony. Basically, the Felony is back. The VT, I still have to figure out my battery tray. Think I've kind of got an idea. I am going to have to drill some holes in the chassis. I really don't want to, but I will. And I do have a countersink. I'll be able to countersink the screws and whatever. I'll probably stick tape it and then drill some holes and just make sure that the battery tray stays in there, because in the event of a crash, which it does happen, it's not, how did Earl say it? It's not if you're going to crash, it's when you're going to crash. So the HOBAO kind of went through a transformation too, the VT. It now is running a gyro because I'm starting to feel the possibility of needing a gyro now. I'm probably not there yet, but I switched over to this radio right here. If you guys are looking for a good range radio, 600 meters, you know, half a mile, JL. If you're looking for a good radio, it's a 600 meter radio by Radio Link. This is version 2. The receivers actually have telemetry, so it'll bounce back if you wire it up right. It'll bounce back your battery voltage, which is stinking awesome. I did like the GT5, but I actually really like this radio. I wish they could combine like the GT5 and this, but this is my now dedicated speed run radio. I like the receivers, the form factor of it. It does have a gyro in it. Shut it on, and you can turn it on and off. The amount of just stuff that this radio can do is just makes me happy. So this is now my dedicated speed run radio. This was actually recommended by Earl Moorhead because they're only like 80 bucks or something like that. Definitely well worth the cost. The receivers are only 20 bucks, so it's like, it's nothing. You know, well, I mean, it's not nothing, but if you're looking for a dedicated radio, go with that. Or, I don't know, want to buy a $500 Futaba, go there too. But Earl was like, bam, that's the radio you want. It's got good range, ton of options that you'll probably never use all of them. You could do crawling stuff. You could, I just like the stuff that thing does is insane. So, going to be doing a video about different kind of battery options. We've got Ovonic Air coming up. Thank you, JL, for that. And we also have Z. I'll thank myself for that one. Got some Z batteries that I'm going to be trying out. These 9,000 packs. These are going to be my speed run packs. They're going to give the car some ground weight, which will hopefully keep it planted. 9,100C 200 burst packs with the EC5 connectors. And what else? Oh, and also a what's in the box coming up tomorrow. I'll do a what's in the box tomorrow. There's actually 2 other well, actually there's 3 other boxes that are what's in the box. So total of like 4 boxes as of right now. What's in the box coming up. Game Changer fans, he does have a lower profile fan. It's not as powerful as a version 1 or version 2, but it is a lower profile. Runs on 3S. It does have a connector already on it. You can have it wired up to a 6S pack, a 4S pack, a 3S pack, a 2S pack, whatever. But he wires it. I mean, obviously, if it's 2S, it's not going to give you 3S, but he wires it so that even if you had a 6S pack, he'll wire it so that, you know, it's not that we can't wire, but he's just doing it anyway. He'll wire it up so that it's still only drawing 3S from the pack. So that's it. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming to this live stream. Late night live with RC Guy Garage, just working on the Felony. The Felony is back. So I'm psyched. Got a lot of stuff coming for the channel. We've got some speed stuff coming for the channel. Wait till you see my Limitless build. The Limitless is being built. It's a very easy build, but it's being built beyond my ability to drive. And I'm going to have a blast, just like all of you guys should. So, do I want to end the stream? Yeah, I'm tired. So, you guys enjoy your night, your day, your morning, your afternoon, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. And I will see you guys later on the next one. RC Guy Garage out. We'll see you later. Thanks for coming.